Your blood type might be the reason your back feels like a rusty door hinge every morning. You think back pain is about bad posture, heavy lifting, or sleeping wrong. You blame your mattress, your chair, your jeans. You spend thousands on ergonomic chairs and fancy mattresses. But what if the real culprit has been flowing through your veins all along? Type A suffers in silence, carrying tension like a backpack full of stones. Type B fights inflammation that burns through their spine like wildfire. Type AB lives in a genetic lottery of conflicting signals. Type AB endures mechanical failure as their discs crumble like ancient parchment. Which tribe of pain do you belong to? But here is the twist that will make you question everything you thought you knew about your aching back. Your blood type is not just a medical footnote on your donor card. It is a genetic blueprint that shapes how your body builds cartilage, fights inflammation, and processes stress hormones. The same antigens that determine blood compatibility also determine whether your spine becomes a tower of agony or a pillar of strength. The connection runs deeper than you imagine. Your ABO blood group genes sit on chromosome 9, right next to genes that control cartilage production and inflammatory responses. Your blood type antigens attach to every cell in your body, including spinal disc cells, changing how they behave. Think of your blood type as the foreman directing how your spine gets built and maintained throughout your life. But this is not just theoretical genetics. This is your daily reality playing out in real time, every time you stand up from a chair and feel that familiar twinge shooting through your lower back. Type A individuals carry a genetic burden that makes their backs particularly vulnerable to chronic inflammation. The A antigen triggers persistent low-level inflammation, like a fire that never quite goes out. This slowly damages spinal joint cartilage. Research shows type A blood has significantly higher inflammatory markers, including interleukin-6 and C-reactive protein. Your immune system thinks it is protecting you, but it is eating your spine from the inside out. The inflammation creates a perfect storm where cartilage breaks down faster than it can rebuild, leaving joint spaces that narrow like closing doors. Type A backs fail like old books, one page at a time, until suddenly you cannot bend without crying out in pain. But type A pain has a signature. It starts subtle, creeping into your life like an uninvited guest. Morning stiffness that lasts longer than your coffee. Aches that worsen with stress because cortisol amplifies baseline inflammation. Sharp pains when you twist wrong, as if someone is driving a screwdriver between your vertebrae. The cruel irony is that type A personalities create a feedback loop where psychological tension feeds physical inflammation. Studies suggest that type A individuals have a 40% higher risk of developing chronic lower back pain compared to other blood types. Type B blood tells a different story of back pain, written in mechanical failure rather than inflammatory destruction. If type A backs burn out, type B backs simply break down. The B antigen affects how your body produces proteins that keep spinal discs healthy and hydrated. Your discs are like jelly donuts, with tough outer rings and gel centers that act as shock absorbers. Type B individuals produce collagen and proteoglycan variations that make their discs more prone to dehydration and mechanical failure. The mechanism is elegant in its simplicity. Type B antigens interfere with normal aggrecan production, a crucial protein that helps spinal discs retain water. Without adequate aggrecan, your discs slowly deflate like old balloons, losing their shock-absorbing ability. This creates a domino effect where other spinal structures work overtime to compensate. Your facet joints grind together, ligaments stretch beyond limits, muscles spasm for protection. Research indicates type B individuals show accelerated disc degeneration starting in their 20s, with imaging revealing thinner disc spaces and more frequent herniations. Your spine becomes a house of cards where one failed component brings down the entire structure. Your back becomes a house of cards where removing one support brings down the entire structure. Type B back pain strikes like lightning, sudden, severe, and shocking. You are fine one moment, then you bend to pick up a pen, and your world explodes in agony. The pain is mechanical, predictable, triggered by specific movements. Sitting too long compresses failing discs until they bulge like overstuffed suitcases, pressing against nerve roots and sending electric shocks down your legs. Standing provides relief because it takes pressure off the discs, but walking too far exhausts compensating muscles. You become intimately familiar with the geometry of pain, learning exactly which angles and positions your spine can and cannot tolerate. Type AB individuals face the unique challenge of inheriting genetic traits from both A and B bloodlines, creating complex back problems that combine the worst of both worlds. You get inflammatory tendencies plus structural weaknesses. Your spine becomes a battlefield where multiple types of destruction happen simultaneously. Studies show type AB individuals have the highest rates of complex spinal conditions, requiring more comprehensive treatment approaches. The AB combination creates unpredictable flares where inflammation and mechanical failure feed off each other. A minor disc problem triggers inflammation, which weakens surrounding structures, leading to more mechanical problems and more inflammation. You end up with pain that morphs and changes, making diagnosis challenging and treatment frustrating. Type AB backs are like snowflakes, each unique in its particular pattern of dysfunction, demanding individualized solutions that most medical systems are not designed to provide. But here is where type AB gets interesting. The same genetic complexity that makes your back problems difficult to treat also gives you unique advantages in recovery. Your body produces a wider variety of healing compounds and responds to a broader range of treatments. Research suggests that type AB individuals, while more prone to complex spinal problems, also show better responses to comprehensive treatment programs that address both inflammatory and mechanical components simultaneously. Type AB individuals represent the original human blood type, the genetic baseline from which all others evolved. You might expect this to confer advantage, but evolution is not always kind to pioneers. Type ABFs fail through pure mechanical wear and tear accelerated by specific genetic vulnerabilities. Your blood type affects how your body processes calcium and maintains bone density, making you more susceptible to spinal osteoporosis and compression fractures as you age. The type ABF's vulnerability lies in how your body handles oxidative stress and calcium metabolism. Without A or B antigens to provide certain protective effects, type AB individuals face higher levels of free radical damage in spinal tissues. Your bones become porous earlier, ligaments lose elasticity faster, and muscles fatigue more quickly under load. Studies indicate that type ABF's women face significantly higher rates of spinal compression fractures after menopause, with bone density declining more rapidly than other blood types. Type ABF's pain often masquerades as normal aging until it suddenly crosses the line into disability. Gradual height loss as vertebrae compress, increasing curvature as bones weaken and collapse, chronic aching that you dismiss as getting older until the day you sneeze and fracture a vertebra. The pain tends to be deep, aching, and widespread rather than sharp and specific. But understanding this pattern gives you power. Type AB individuals who focus on bone health early can often prevent or delay these age-related changes significantly. The plot thickens when you realize that your blood type also affects how you respond to different pain treatments. This is not just about having different types of back problems. Your blood type influences everything from how quickly you metabolize pain medications to how effectively your body repairs injured spinal structures. Type AB individuals with their inflammatory tendency respond better to anti-inflammatory treatments and stress reduction. Your pain pathways are hypersensitive, amplifying signals like a stereo with volume too high. But this sensitivity cuts both ways. You feel pain more intensely, but also respond more dramatically to treatments that calm the inflammatory storm. Mind-body techniques like meditation and yoga can be particularly effective because they address the stress-inflammation cycle. Studies show type A individuals get significantly more relief from cognitive behavioral therapy and relaxation techniques. Type B individuals need mechanical solutions for mechanical problems. Physical therapy focusing on spinal alignment and disc health often provides better results than anti-inflammatory treatments. Your pain system is like a car with a broken shock absorber. You need structural repair, not chemical intervention. Manual therapies, spinal decompression, and core strengthening exercises target the root cause more effectively than medications. Type AB individuals require combination approaches that address both inflammatory and mechanical components simultaneously. Your treatment plan needs to be as complex as your genetics. Single intervention strategies often fail because they only address part of the problem. Type AB individuals benefit most from preventive strategies focusing on bone health and muscle strength. Your treatment approach should emphasize preservation and gradual restoration rather than dramatic interventions. Weight-bearing exercise, calcium optimization, and hormone balance become crucial elements in preventing the age-related decline that type ABF spines face. The science behind these connections continues to evolve as researchers uncover more links between blood type genetics and spinal health. Recent studies have identified specific gene variants associated with each blood type that influence cartilage metabolism, inflammatory responses, and pain sensitivity. This is cutting-edge research that could revolutionize how we prevent and treat back pain. Major medical centers are beginning to incorporate genetic testing into their spine care protocols, recognizing that personalized medicine based on blood type could be the key to solving the back pain epidemic. But remember, this information is for educational purposes only and should never replace professional medical advice. But here is where the story gets personal. Knowing your blood type gives you a roadmap, not a death sentence. Your genetics load the gun, but your lifestyle pulls the trigger. Type A individuals can break the inflammation cycle through stress management and anti-inflammatory nutrition. Type B individuals can support their disc health through proper hydration and spinal alignment techniques. Type AB individuals can navigate their complex needs by working with healthcare providers who understand genetic individuality. Type AB individuals can build bone strength and muscle support to counter their natural vulnerabilities. The future of back pain treatment lies in understanding these individual genetic differences and tailoring interventions accordingly. Instead of one-size-fits-all approaches, we are moving toward precision medicine that considers your unique genetic makeup when designing treatment plans. Your blood type is just one piece of this puzzle, but it is a surprisingly important piece that has been hiding in plain sight for generations. Think about it this way. You have been carrying around a genetic instruction manual for your spine your entire life, printed right there on your medical records and blood donor cards. You just never knew how to read it. Every time you felt that familiar ache in your lower back, every time you wondered why certain treatments worked for your friends but not for you, the answer was flowing through your veins. The implications extend beyond individual treatment. Understanding blood type patterns in back pain could help identify at-risk populations earlier and develop targeted preventive strategies. Imagine screening programs that identify Type A teenagers for early stress management intervention or Type B young adults for disc health optimization. We could prevent decades of suffering by reading the genetic signs everyone already carries. But knowledge without action is just trivia. If you are Type A, start paying attention to your stress levels and inflammatory triggers. Consider adding anti-inflammatory foods to your diet and stress reduction techniques to your routine. If you are Type B, focus on spinal alignment and disc health. Stay hydrated, avoid prolonged sitting, and invest in proper ergonomics. If you are Type AB, seek comprehensive care that addresses multiple aspects of spinal health simultaneously. If you are Type AB, prioritize bone health and muscle strength throughout your life, not just when problems appear. The beauty of this knowledge is that it empowers you to be proactive rather than reactive. Instead of waiting for back pain to derail your life, you can start building defenses based on your genetic predispositions. You can choose exercises, treatments, and lifestyle modifications that work with your biology instead of against it. You can finally understand why your back behaves the way it does. Your blood type reveals the story your spine has been trying to tell you all along. Type A backs burn with inflammatory fire that can be cooled through stress management. Type B backs break through mechanical failure that responds to structural support. Type AB backs battle complex combinations requiring comprehensive approaches. Type A backs age through bone loss that can be prevented through strength and nutrition. So the next time someone asks about your blood type, remember that you are sharing clues about how your spine was built, how it fails, and how it heals. You are carrying genetic intelligence that could transform how you understand and manage your back pain. The question is not whether your blood type affects your back pain, but how you will use this knowledge to take control of your spinal health. What does your blood type say about your back pain, and more importantly, what are you going to do about it? Drop a comment below and let us know your blood type and your experience with back pain. Have you noticed patterns that match what we discussed? Have certain treatments worked better or worse for you? Your story could help someone else connect the dots in their own spinal health journey. And if this video opened your eyes to the hidden connections between genetics and pain, smash that like button, subscribe for more mind-blowing health insights, and share this with anyone who has ever wondered why their back pain seems so personal and persistent. Your spine has been keeping secrets, but now you have the key to unlock them.